Guitarists over the world have preferences for the things they like, whether they like bolt-on necks, whether they like V-shaped guitars, whether they like these kinds of pickups, or those kind of pickups. But one thing that we all need are strings. But even so, strings can be subjective. Everyone has their preferences. But I think I have found the stupidest strings in the world. So in my hands there are 3 of the thinnest guitar strings that I could find right here. We have the Ernie Ball Mighty Slinkies 40 to 85, the D'Addario 38 to 8, and the Ernie Ball Zippy Slinkies 36 to 7. And we're going to check them out. So currently this guitar has D'Addario 46 to 10 gauge strings. And what we're going to do is hear some riffs. And in the end we're going to find out, is it really worth it? What is the use for having such thin strings, if there even is a use? So the riffs I'm going to play are part of my black metal guitar mastery course, which is in the description. Let's check it out. Just some thoughts after tracking those riffs. Now, these strings are definitely a lot easier to play. All that fast slidey chords, that was nicer to play. It doesn't feel so good in the picking hand though, because the strings are a little bit like I have to really hold back on my picking to get the kind of force and feedback that I want from the strings. Just overall, the guitar requires less effort to play, which is fine for some people, but not someone like me. I like to just attack the guitar a little bit more. Definitely sounds a little bit brighter compared to the 46 to 10s. like, it's a nice change, I guess, but it's not the best feeling, and I have a slight suspicion it's just going to get a little bit downhill from here. And now we're going to try D'Addario's 38 to 8 gauge strings. Oh man. And now we have the D'Addario 38s to 8s fitted. I had the Ernie Ball 40 to 8.5s on for a couple of days, and I couldn't get on with them. These ones, however, even though they are a lighter gauge, they feel more robust. There's definitely more luster in the strings. It's just like some first impressions, and they feel tighter. The tuning stability is way better than the Ernie Balls. So now let's hear how these sound. Now just a few more thoughts on these strings. Now, I thought these were going to be even worse to play than the Ernie Balls, but it seems like those Ernie Balls are pretty shocking because they are so flimsy, they didn't even look very clean, and they feel so much more sturdy than the Ernie Balls. They actually feel very similar to the 46 to 10s in the way these respond. The only thing that's a little bit different is, of course, the tone, which is ever so slightly brighter, and the actual feel of the strings in your left hand. You don't have to fret as hard, but you can still be quite aggressive in the right hand, which I quite like. So there must be more tension in these strings compared to the Ernie Balls. I think these are great. I don't think these strings are very stupid at all. If you genuinely enjoy playing a super light gauge of strings, these are probably the best. So now let's just hear some riffs. Now the 36 to 7 set is on here, and I hate them. summary of how these strings feel is as if you're playing a set of gauge 9 strings and you decide to tune down to like D standard or C sharp. It's just so flimsy. I guess with the flimsiness you can get some really good bends, like those huge Nile-like bends. Just like the other Ernie balls, these are not as good as the D'Addarios when it comes to tuning stability. I don't think the tone is especially great from these strings either. There's no like force or push coming from the strings, it's more like just a noise. Yeah, I would not buy these strings ever again because I thought it would be funny to play these strings and it's actually not fun at all. The thing is with guitar, every guitar you play, you know it's a great guitar when it inspires you to play. When you look at it and it makes you just pick up the guitar and play, just the way it feels. And some strings can really take away from that feeling. Some strings can just make your guitar feel like cheap nonsense, which is what it feels like right now. I don't want to play these strings anymore. So yeah, these are the stupidest guitar strings in the world. I don't see why anyone would want to use a set of 36 to 7s except for a laugh. You're best off getting a good set of D'Addario strings because this test has not only proven to me that these are stupid strings, but that D'Addario strings are just so much better when it comes to the quality, the look, and for me, the feel of the strings. I guess this video really is just testament to how good D'Addario is as a string making company. And some things are just pointless.